Hello! So I decided to make a vlog and had no idea what to vlog about, so I asked the Australian Nerdfighters, and after I ignored a whole bunch of things about politics because I'm so sick of this freaking election, I landed on inspirational stuff because it immediately made me think of Charlie. No internet. Charlie is not a unicorn. Charlie is a tiger. This is Charlie. So Charlie is an absolute darling. This cat actively seeks human contact. He talks, and not in a we understand what he's saying kind of way, but he goes, which most tigers don't do. They don't actively make sounds like that. The most you get out of most tigers is a chuffle, which sounds like whereas Charlie actively whines and talks at you, particularly if you're not paying enough attention to him. And he also sleeps with a teddy log, which is a log that he cuddles at night like a teddy bear. He is a ridiculous sweetheart. And the reason that Charlie's story is inspirational is because he's still a ridiculous sweetheart. The place I was working at in America was a rescue center. They had a lot of animals that were not being properly taken care of before they came to cattails, because America has a ridiculous amount of pet tigers, which is a phrase that makes me hurt on a deeply spiritual level. For instance, Charlie, who before he was found was being kept in a 6-foot by 6-foot exhibit with 6 months of his own waste on the ground and being fed a quarter of the amount of very improper food that a tiger his size should never be eating. So he was rake thin. But he came to cattails, and he was put in a good exhibit, and it was clean, and he was getting the amount of food that he should, and he put on weight. At which point, honestly, he would have been justified to hate humanity. Just screw you guys. Not like us, snarl at us anytime we came anywhere near his exhibit. And we would have been cool with that. We would have loved him anyway. There are other cats at that place that do, but that never really get over it. Charlie loves people. He loves human contact, and he has turned around because he's figured out that while there are people in this world that suck, there are also people in the world who are going to look after you and feed you and make sure that your teddy log gets put back in your box where it should be after they clean out your straw bed. Because that's just Charlie. He is one of the biggest sweethearts I've ever met. He was the first big cat at that place that made a connection with me. And he's the one that sorted out because he knew I was upset. 3 months after I arrived, one of the pumas, an older puma, her name was Zoe, she passed away of old age complications. Nothing major, but it was really upsetting because it was the first cat that I had, as a keeper, had die on me. And I was walking past Charlie's exhibit, a good 10 meters away from Charlie's exhibit, and he called out to me, just staring right at me, making those sounds, and I woke up to him, and we spent like 5 minutes with him just rubbing his face against the wire and asking for scratches and just doing this, are you okay? You're upset. I'm human. I will make it better because I am adorable, and you will feel better because of my sheer adorableness. He's a cat that came from this awful time and these awful people, and has just become a cat that not only likes being around people, but actively seeks them out and wants to make connections with them. And that's my little inspirational vlog, because Charlie is one of the biggest sweethearts I've ever known.